back to the sawmill, guys. We have a problem. So, the other day I was cutting up some big oak logs and I started running into a problem that's been showing up here and there. The week before it happened a little bit on some pine logs, but right at the end of sawing up this oak log order, the blade stopped cutting. It just stopped spinning. As I would push it, I would stop the blade, but the engine kept going. And I ended up replacing both the drive belt and the follower belt, so both belts on each side. I really thought it was the drive belt on this side because where the blade rides on it to get traction, it was really close to riding on the wheel itself. So I thought, okay, well, it's just slipping on there. So I got those replaced and tried it out afterwards, and it did not fix it. I still had the same issue. So what that tells me, all that's left is the clutch. Now, we have had this mill for about 7 years now, and 6 years ago we had to replace the clutch. And now I'm not upset about that. I would say 6 years out of a clutch is pretty good. I would consider it a wear item. They have little pucks on it that engage with the outside drum of the clutch once the throttle is higher, and it seems like those have just wore out again. Now, the first time we had to replace it after the first year of owning the mill, it was due to the engine idle speed being too high. And you could hear the clutch pinging as it was idling, which prematurely wears out those clutch pucks. We got that fixed, and like I said, now it's been 6 years, and I consider that pretty good out of these cheap little clutches. So, I ordered a new one from Woodland Mills, and it's coming in from the New York warehouse, and it's supposed to be here today. And we're waiting on UPS. Any moment now they could deliver it. So I'm going to get started taking off the old clutch and show you guys how it's done. So let's get started. So it's not really a hard job at all. It's just a little time consuming. Obviously you want to start with having your blade tension off, and then get this opened up. And then if you have a little blade on, go ahead and pull that off. Speaking of blades, I really wish one of you guys would come over here and sharpen some blades for me. Holy cow, I got a pile here. Okay, so the next thing on these older models is going to be, we have to take the tension off the drive belt here so we can get it off the clutch pulley. And to do that on these older models, we have to loosen the engine mounts and move the engine this way. Okay, so I went ahead and loosened the engine mount bolts, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's a bolt right here that goes through a mount, and you have to loosen this nut off here. And then one last step to loosen that belt, you have to grab a hold of the whole engine like it owes you money and just give it a jerk. Now, let's see if I got it loose enough so we can get this belt off and hopefully not pinch my fingers in here. That was pretty easy. Okay. Set the belt aside. Now we can get to the clutch here. Another thing too, you should probably unplug the spark plug wire quick. Now the engine can't fire while in case we roll it over. I don't think it ever would, but just a safety precaution. Shit. Now what I should have did here is loosen this bolt before I took the tension off the belt. Because right now it just spins, it just turns the engine when I try using a ratchet. So I'm going to try this mini impact. Okay, good deal, came right off. Bolt, lock washer, and a larger flat washer. Okay, I didn't expect that to come off that easy, but it did. It slid right off. I'm not sure if we're going to need a new pulley here or not, because the inside of this drum has really got some grooves in it. And I'll move the camera up here, but the pucks on this clutch are gone. There is none. So the problem was definitely the clutch. Yeah, you can see the pucks are gone off that clutch. Not sure if I can spin it. Yep, I can. Try not to cut my hand there. But yeah, this is not good. Okay. Okay, if you don't have a gear puller or some kind of clutch puller to get this off there, don't do this job. Go get a puller. That was not fun. 40 minutes later I got it off. Next time I'll be using a puller. Here's what we got. Like I said, all the pucks are missing off this, and we were starting to wear through the metal here. Not good. Gosh, I can't even believe it was still cutting at all. That's amazing. Alright, well, looks like we're waiting for UPS to show up with the new clutch. And as soon as they do, we'll be back. Alright guys, today is the next day. UPS did not show up yesterday with the new clutch. Instead, today FedEx showed up with the new clutch. Oh, and that's not all. Got a nice little surprise in the mail today from Woodland Mills. Was not expecting this. Got a calendar, Woodland Mills calendar. And guess what? Let me flip to the right month here. In April on their calendar, that's me. That's one of my pictures. So I thought that was pretty cool. Thank you, Woodland Mills, for that gift. Okay, back to the clutch. By the way, if any of you guys find a Chinese pocket knife out here, a camouflage one, let me know. I lost mine. Now I got a spare Chinese pocket knife in my pocket, and I was cutting this package open, and I thought I cut my hand with it, but I just dulled the blade. Didn't even cut my skin. Okay, looks like we got a little improvement from last time I replaced this clutch 6 years ago. Got like a parts list here and some instructions. And if you guys remember yesterday, I was wondering if I would need to replace this pulley because the inside of this drum was all chewed up. We got a brand new one right here with the clutch. And here's the clutch, looking all brand new. How about that? I'll take it. Let's get this put on. Okay, so they got a nice diagram here of what direction the clutch needs to face. This is pretty simple. Don't forget the little key. I can't believe you guys missed some of that. The battery went dead on the camera and I didn't even realize it. I was taking this clutch to Pound Town. I was beating on it with this hammer and this board, and got to the point where it was flush with the end of the drive shaft here. And I went and got a socket big enough to fit over the drive shaft but still hit the clutch. And I tapped it a couple times, and they have changed the way this clutch fits on the shaft. It just slides on and off real nice. Why I had to take it to Pound Town must just be this edge of this drive shaft has enough of a machining burr on it, which I can't even feel it, that I had to get it past that, and once I did, it just goes in and out with ease now on the shaft. Alright. I am going to take some brake cleaner. I'm going to go get a can of brake cleaner and clean off these clutch pucks real quick and the inside surface of this drum, in case there's any shipping oils or anything on it. Be right back. Okay guys, I think that's going to do it. Clean out the area where the belt rides on. Alright, we got the new clutch, drum, and pulley all set and on here. And I've got a blade on here that's tensioned and aligned properly. We have a new driven belt on this side and a new drive belt on this side. The engine is all tightened back up and the belt is tensioned properly. One thing I do need to do is the little brushes that go on the wheels down here on the track, I should probably adjust those. I did go ahead and lube up these pivot points here on the dogs, and those work much smoother now, as well as the threads on all of these pins here where you screw and tighten these down, and the ones back here on all these pieces. These were getting hard to turn. Very easy now. So just a reminder to keep up on lubricating some of that stuff. Alright, that's going to be a wrap on this video. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you to everyone that has subscribed. If you're not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and maybe leave me a comment below. Thanks for watching.